God, you supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L podcast.
Rockin' and rolling. Shredgang Mone is in the building, man.
Sirski.
What's that, man? This is crazy. I've been listening to you forever, and it goes as far as back to a song called "I Can't Lie" with Toodaman. Like, it's like I can't lie, and you came in, and I was like, this is. I still listen to that song to this day, but that's when I really started listening to you. Then I figured out there's a whole damn history I didn't know about. There's the BandGang, there's the Shredgang, there's this and that.
Yeah.
How far back does Shredgang go? How far back does BandGang go?
Shit, BandGang go back far as hell. Like, they used to rap when they was TR 4620. And then Shredgang, like, we came in and, like, started rapping, like, after they picked up with the BandGang shit, with their career and everything. That was probably, like, 2016, 2015 type shit. It might have been maybe 17, like between 2015 and 2017.
So this is like a little bit before, obviously, a big drop of First Day Out coming out. So the spotlight wasn't totally on the city yet.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys are helping to build the wave. So when the explosion does happen, that there's a lot of different things to look at.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, you're originally from California, right? You were born in California.
Yeah, I was born in California.
And then you moved quickly to Detroit, pretty damn quickly.
When I was like 1.5.
When you got here, was music always on your mind growing up? Or like, how did you think your future was going to turn out?
Honestly, I didn't really know what I was finna do. Music, like, really just like, kind of like when people say shit fell into their lap, like that shit really fell into my lap because it was like, it was just me, Bugs, Strap, Horace, my nigga Cab. Like, we was just playing around in the studio and we just put together songs, just recording over beats that BandGang wasn't using. And then we looked up, we had like probably like 30 songs. Then we was like, fuck it, we gonna put out a CD. And then if they fucking with it, then we gonna keep going and shit. When we dropped our first CD, 3 months later, we were splitting a $9,000 check. So I'm like, shit, I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I never like grew up beating on desks and thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
It was an interesting conversation I had with Street Lord G-Rock when he was on here. He said like his first time going into a booth, he just made a banger like right away. And I was always curious because I'm like, usually it takes time for artists to develop their sound, their style, who they are. And it sounds like kind of like with what you're saying. How did you have the ability to accomplish music at that level when you weren't an artist beforehand?
It's probably just the fact that I was always around it, like with them doing their shit and me like recording them, like because a nigga always needs somebody to record them when they in the booth or whatever the case may be. So I was just recording them and learning how to work. At the time we was using Cubase, learning how to work Cubase and doing all of the shit with that. And like I say, when we started doing our shit, we already knew how to count bars because we was telling them, like, all right, you got 2 more bars left, or, you know what I'm saying, like, helping motherfuckers count their bars, let them know how many they got left for their verse. So it was just like, it damn near was like I say, something that just fell into my lap for real.
So you kind of learned the theory because you're behind the scenes watching other people do it, and then it was easier to apply it because you've been around.
Exactly.
Which doesn't work for many other things because, like, if you're at a basketball court watching LeBron James shoot around, it's not like, because I saw him shoot around and I passed him the ball, now I can go on the court and do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So is it part of it, too, that because you're so engulfed by the Detroit culture that it's easy to just say things because it's just so much in your system, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then it's like I'm one of them rappers who got to be going through something and something going on in my life for me to even be able to create some music. Like, if I ain't got nothing going on, it's hard for me to just go in there and rap about some shit because I'm, I guess what you would call, like, a reality rapper. Like, I rap about what I'm going through, like, when I'm struggling, when I'm getting to some money, when I'm going through some shit with the police, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, like, it's always just reflected in my music.
What brings out the most creative energy? Like, what circumstances in your life, like, bring it out? My shit's heartbreak. If I get my heart broken, I'm, like, all into the creative shit, like, right away.
I'd probably say, like, getting some money and then, like, struggling when I feel like motherfuckers forgot about me. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that helped me, like, go, because it just, like, I always, like, one of them people who, like, live with a chip on his shoulder. Like, when a motherfucker feel like I can't do something, I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna show you then.
What makes you feel like with the amount of success that you have captured, that, like, people aren't paying attention or people aren't acknowledging the impact that you've had in Detroit culture or just in music in general?
it's just like you can really like if you pay attention, you really can tell like with my titles and my CDs and shit. Like as far as like Overlook, that was one of my tapes that I dropped, and then like the tape that I'm finna drop in December is called They Forgot About Me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like the fact that I done help contribute so much and a motherfucker don't give me my flowers. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing that's personally or nothing. It's just the chip that I lay with myself with being, you know, the artist that I'm trying to become.
Is it something that you're kind of putting into your own system to help motivate you, even if it's not an exact reality?
Definitely.
So it's like you're kind of helping motivate yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Like I speak shit into existence. Like a lot of shit that I go through, like you might hear me rapping about it and you might not see it right now, but a few months down the line, you gonna see it for sure.
Yeah. What's been the response for your newer projects coming out? I still look at the comments and people saying like this dude's the underrated GOAT of the city and all that stuff, where people are acknowledging your musical talents and stuff, but to the amount of it being hundreds of thousands to millions of views, it's not replicating like how it used to exactly.
Honestly, I feel like that come behind the Instagram censor, because like when they put that Instagram censor, like if people don't got their sensitivity level turned off, like they don't see certain shit on my page just because of like the explicitness of my page, like me doing what I'm doing, the type of videos I shoot, the shit that I have in my videos, you know what I'm saying? Like that go against the guidelines of certain Instagram shit. So
man, remember like in the early 2020s, a little bit before 2020, you could almost do damn near anything on Instagram.
Exactly.
And then Instagram scared the hell out of every creator. Like, oh, I can't do shit. Like, you don't even want to make fucking comedy skits anymore.
Be scared. You don't want to lose your page. I grinded my page from 1,100 followers before I even started rapping. Like, all of that shit is grinded. Me bumping heads with motherfuckers, doing all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, I always look back like, damn, I wish I could have handled this situation different, but in the long run, it helped pay out. Yeah. So,
when you decided to get in the booth and start recording, you guys are finding kind of quicker success. You're splitting a check between the fellas and everything like that. What's it like walking through the city at that time? Like, are you feeling it from the actual people while you're walking through, or was it more online notoriety?
It was a lot online. Like, that's mainly where a lot of it came from. But I was feeling it in the city too. Like, you have people looking crazy, trying to see if that's me, or you know what I'm saying, or I fuck with you, bro. I fuck with your music, and like it was a different like feel for me, but like I adapted to it quick because, like I say, I already was behind the scenes on a lot of shit, so I know how people react to seeing Paid or seeing Biggs or seeing Miles. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to like adapt to it quicker because of the situations that I was already in.
When you're talking about situations, what do you mean? Like, because it's street relevant already that can convert to it working in hip hop too. That these same problems that exist there in the streets exist in hip hop.
Exactly. It's like because you will be in a situation where certain motherfuckers like respect you for the craft that you're creating, and then certain motherfuckers want to test you for the craft that you're creating. Because like I say, I don't just make music about just getting money. Like, I make music about my past life, shit that I did in my life before, all of that type of shit. So it was like, it was something that I had to adjust to.
Yeah, and like you're saying, they want to test you on the stuff, even though what you might be saying at that moment could have been something from 10 years ago that you're speaking about now. Which fucking sucks, right?
For sure.
As an artist.
Weak. And it just make you, like, want to just do better so you don't even got to be in them situations no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When you get to a certain level, people can't get close to you, right? Or as close to you. Or even think about the chance that there is a chance I can get close to you.
For sure.
But when you do look at somebody like, I don't know, like PNB Rock or somebody like that, you would think that that's the level you can get to where like nothing can touch you.
Yeah.
But it's still not the level, right?
But that's because no matter what level you at, you can't get comfortable. And I come from being in them situations, like, the people that I was with before music, the people that I did shit with, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I already been adapted to that don't get too comfortable situation. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me a lot with music. It helped me a lot with going to other cultures, being in other cities, being in other neighborhoods, and, you know what I'm saying, adapting to shit. Because, like I say, when I go places, because of who I am, I don't treat people like they lower than me. Like, I get out in people's neighborhoods, get everybody a handshake, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody know that, you feel me, it's good. Like, it's love here with me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you kept it where you knew how to facilitate and network? Are you genuinely that person, or do you have to
sure.
do you have to put it out there to make it happen?
Sure. That's like a lot of times my good heart bite me in the ass. For sure. A lot of times.
Just because you're so authentic with the way you put
like
yourself.
I like whether I like a person or not. I was just telling somebody that today who I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what's going on, like I want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? Like you winning ain't got nothing to do with me winning. I'm gonna win regardless. Like I'm gonna make sure of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I look at it.
Is it like kind of looking beyond the factor of what this person's done, because at the end of the day, this is still somebody's life.
Yeah.
And you want them to succeed regardless of what they might have done to you.
Regardless.
It's kind of stupid to think like that now that I think about it. Like wishing something wrong goes to somebody else because they did something wrong to you. It's kind of like fucked up when you really think about it.
I feel like karma gonna get who karma coming for. You know what I'm saying? And shit. As long as I stay true to what I do, true to myself, me being a genuine person, like shit. That's why I got longevity. Like I ain't nowhere near in a position that I want to be as far as music wise, but me being the person that I am helped me open doors to a lot of more situations.
Do you still feel like you have a OG status, even though you're still young, man?
Yeah.
You guys are still, but we're talking about 2015 start, so people would kind of consider it like, you know, that era. Do you feel like you still have access and the network and the things that you still once had, or do you feel like the name's not as strong as it used to be?
To an extent, on both hands. Like certain people look at me like, especially like outside of the city, a lot of people look at me like, damn, bro, you a legend for what you helped do for Detroit, and not just me, like just the whole BandGang, Shredgang as a whole. Like a lot of motherfuckers respect that. Then certain motherfuckers only gonna respect when you got something going and moving, and you know what I'm saying, rather than see you trying to move and really reach their hand out and try to help when that's all it could take to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of them niggas who sit and just hope and beg for somebody to reach out and help me, because at the end of the day, I'm going to help myself first.
Yeah, there is a lot of that where when the person's hot, that's when we're going to go reach out and collaborate and all that stuff. They don't look at the past. They don't look at what's a possibility of what it could be if you did work with that person, which is insane too, right? When you guys were moving and grooving, unfortunately, there was a case where a lot of your friends had to go away for a little while, and you were kind of like the only one that was able to continue making music. Was it a motivating factor that when they got out, you had something to show, or like what was keeping you afloat while that was all happening?
I just didn't want to let what we created in such little time die down. Because like a lot of shit happened so fast. Like we was still adapting to shit. We was taking losses. Motherfuckers was going to jail. Like all type of shit. So it was like I just ain't want to be one of them people who gave up. Like still to this day, I don't give up. I still look at everybody who in my camp like they a legend. They a GOAT. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all helped so much with what we got going on with the city. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't want to be one of them people who just sat back and just said, fuck it, I'm going to just live with the little shit that I did.
When I had Javar and Biggs on here, they made it seem so like it seems a little bit complex of the web of the I could say the collaboration between the BandGang, what BandGang really is as a music group, and outside of it being a music group, and then Shredgang, and then all these things all mixed together in like a web, right? But it's all like a family essentially, right? Like
sure.
one
like
big family.
We all grew up together. Like I've been knowing Biggs, Javar, I call him Rose. Lonnie, like I've been knowing them since they was like 9, 10 years old. Yeah, like I've been knowing them for hella long. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like since kids. Like I know they mamas, I know they uncles, aunties, like that. Like our neighborhood is like a tight knit neighborhood. So it's like we all grew up, we all took the same losses, we all went through the same trials and tribulations.
Yeah. Recently when I was talking to one of my friends about you, he said that it was interesting how you were a part of all of it, as far as you guys are a part of everything together, but you had your own wave specifically on your own, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like
because like I say, I ain't want to give up on what we started, regardless of who was going through what legal cases, what losses we took, whatever bumps on the road that we had to go over. Like I just ain't want to be the person who just gave up on it. Cause like I say, still to this day, I believe in we can be big as hell. Cause I know we make the music, we put in the work ethic, but you know what I'm saying? It might take a nigga like me to put the work in and show a motherfucker it's still light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
For sure.
And with everything that you're putting out now, as a representation of what the next levels are in the next music.
Yeah.
I think today you posted in your story, you're going off in your story, you're going kind of wild, son. But in the last thing, you basically were saying, like, you know, wait till what's coming up next.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
something big's happening.
For sure. Because I just stay working. Like, I don't let nothing that I run into, like make me feel like I can't do it. I know, like, I'm the only person that can stop me. You know what I'm saying?
Are you like an because I do notice a kind of a transition happening where like an intellectual but also spiritual element gets acquired throughout time. When you're around the industry for so long, you start seeing things at a little bit of a higher level.
Yeah.
And it can demotivate you a little bit because you're seeing the reality of the circumstance of what's actually happening, but it also elevates you as a human, right?
Yeah.
Are you seeing that about yourself, that you're seeing this shit at a bigger light than you used to look at it?
For sure, because it was like, in the beginning, us doing music, like, this was like when I first started doing music, I ain't had no daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like the person who had to like really 100% fend for my family. Like, of course I help here and there whenever I'm needed, but like now I know the level in the role that I play in my family, my friends, my peers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of motherfuckers look to me for answers for certain shit, and that's not me trying to play it like I'm the boss or nothing like that, because I never play it like that. But at the end of the day, I know, like, I done been in certain situations, I done been in certain places that motherfuckers ain't been to yet. So it just keep me going to show motherfuckers like it ain't over with.
Yeah. Were you able to live off of what you've already accomplished as far as music to stay afloat and like to be secure financially since the time you've created music?
I had a good point of music to where music was like my financial support, but like a lot of times I got to turn back to certain shit that I know, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't glorifying it. It ain't nothing that I want to do till I'm 35, 40 or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm a man. I'm a provide for my family in whatever way I got to do.
That's the thing that it sucks, because it's like you have to take a sacrifice in order to fund, you know, your music career or whatever you have to do or stay afloat. So you have to do things you don't want to do in order to make sure you stay in the game.
For sure.
Which is like a huge part of like selling features too. Or like a lot of artists are probably not selling features because they want to sell features. It's probably because of the fact that like, I have to, motherfucker. Like, how am I gonna make the next move?
Exactly.
But at the same time, it kind of makes you less exclusive, which can hurt you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? In
ways, but it's just like, I look at the music game like it's me hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never gonna sell myself short with me hustling or with my craft, because at the end of the day, this is something that I created. This is something that I'm doing. This is something that I'm taking risks with, going to other cities and states and neighborhoods and being in people's neighborhoods with motherfuckers I don't know from dusk to dawn. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like me taking the risk and me understanding like I can't sell myself short.
Yeah. When you I remember Sideshow Bob was brilliant, right?
Yeah.
Because the artwork cover,
a
little similarities.
Yeah,
must have made it easier for people to find you in person. Like, oh, that's the that before people were like trying to know if it was you, that made them know, oh, that's him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was that one of your biggest highlights as far as a release was concerned?
It was like either Sideshow Bob or maybe like I had like kind of like 3 different waves, like 2 of my own waves, and then I had a wave with me and Lonnie. Like, me and Lonnie, when we do music, like, people, that's something that people fiend for. They always, every time I get on live, when you and Lonnie gonna drop something? So it was like Sideshow Bob and Black Mass Bandit. Them was like my two breakout moments for people to see like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Stuntman, he helped me create a lot of the sound for myself and the beats that people send me and everything like that. And then, like, me and Lonnie had a whole different type of wave, because, like, the first song that we dropped that, like, kind of took off before Shred was Rover. We had remixed the Rover beat, the Block Boy JB. We had remixed that, put it on World Star. Did, like, probably like 1 million in the first day. You know, of course, the World Star platform at the time was like huge. A big platform. And that was, like, a big play in my career. Then after that, we started me and Lonnie always was like being in the studio all day because he got a work ethic like nobody else. Like if he don't do nothing, no matter what he going through, he gonna make some music. You know what I'm saying? So he always just pushed me like, bro, you a star, bro. Like, go ahead and do what you got to do. Like, stop letting people talk you into that you ain't a boss, you ain't a star. Like, and then we ended up putting songs together, working on songs, and then we had like when we was going through a lot of our like legal situations with the police and everything, I had moved to California for a few months, and he had came out there and came to fuck with me or whatever, and that's when we made Shred. And then like when we made Shred, like I fell out with people, like good people, like I ain't gonna lie, and it wasn't like no me trying to like do nothing, but I just wanted people to understand like how serious I take my craft and how serious I'm trying to go with it, because it was like I feel like maybe like I said, it could have been a good thing and a bad thing, but I feel like maybe if we had dropped Shred on World Star like how I had been dropping at the time, it probably would have been something bigger, but who knows, it could have been something that just could have been like a World Star video. You see it for a few days and then it's slept on.
Well, you can look at maybe like Drago and Bino and just kind of look at like how they did it, and like you wonder if you guys were kind of the original format of that, and then that got developed further with that.
Them the guys though, like them.
I'm not saying that they. Yeah, I'm just
like
saying
them my peoples. Like
yeah.
we all helped each other. Like everybody that came around, from Draco, Bino, TJ, Boom. Like we all like. The mistakes we made, we tried to put it in their face and let them know, like, no, don't do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't a person to know that this the wrong way and try to let a person that I claim I love or a person that I claim I care for to do the same mistake that I did. You know what I'm saying? So it was like we all like, I wouldn't say piggyback because ain't nobody, you know, riding on nobody's back. We all got our own way. We all got our own craft. We all handle shit like in different ways, but I just wanted them to learn from our mistakes, because we was some of the first people who was going out of town, booking our own shows out of town, trying to figure shit out. Like we drove 36 hours to California in our own cars, our own money, no manager at the time, no nothing. Went out there, the lady out there scammed us for our money, for the venue, all of the shit.
How'd she scam you guys?
Shit, she made us send her a deposit, told us we can come do it this day or whatever the case may be. We sold hella tickets in Oakland and in the Bay Area type shit. Everybody buying all the tickets, everything like that. And then she tell us she out of town on a vacation. You know what I'm saying? So it made us look bad, like we was trying to get over on Oakland. But that's what kind of made the Bay Area fuck with us a little more, because we was like, oh no, we ain't playing y'all on y'all money. Like whoever paid for a ticket, we'll give y'all money back. And then when we actually did that like kind of tied us in a little more. And then, like I said, when we got out there, we reached out to certain artists that was, you know, doing their thing at the time, and we locked it in.
Yeah, I remember when I was talking to Rose and Biggs, that they said that they helped, you know, BandGang helped build the Oakland Detroit connection.
For sure. Any of that, I feel like, and like I say, it's not to be cocky, it's humbly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like any of that O to the D, O to D to this or whatever, I feel like we created that wave. Like, because that was something that like nobody had a D to nothing or whatever to the D nothing before we actually went out and did what we did.
So to build connections, even D to the A, whatever, like all these connections outside of the cities, it wasn't really happening as prevalently as until you guys did that, pretty much?
I mean, it could have possibly been. I can't think nothing like on
the scale that you guys did it, right?
Yeah. That
people might have been doing it, but it didn't really generate anything to the amount that you guys do it.
Exactly. Because like I said at the time, like Project Papa was like, he from Oakland. He was like a big thing in Oakland at the time. Like he was doing it, and I ain't gonna say at the time because he's still doing his thing. He just doing his thing in a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? He's shooting his videos. He just did a song with Yo Gotti, Jeezy, and I forget the other dude name that he on the song with. But like he's still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
What were you guys before you guys went to Oakland or before you guys went to LA and Cali? What were you guys? What did you have accomplished in Detroit at that time?
Shit. We was just the young boys coming up that everybody was like, damn, they going crazy. They doing their shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What projects had been out already for people to generate the Detroit audience?
It's crazy because when we first went to Oakland, I wasn't even rapping yet.
Oh, wow.
Like, what made me want to even think about rapping is when I went out there, everybody knew who I was just for them, like, you know, rapping about me. And when they rap about me, I pop up in the cameo of the song, whatever they say my name or whatever. So, it was just, like, crazy. Everybody like, I know who you is, you Mone.
So what was the first connection that you guys had made when you went to Oakland?
Project Papa, for sure.
So how do you... Since it's something so foreign where people aren't really doing it often and you have nobody to contact beforehand to say like, hey, who's the best person to reach out to over there? How did you guys find him as the best contact?
Because we had this went like Twitter. Everybody was doing a lot of shit on their Twitter or whatever. We had posted, because we had been going to like Ohio, Columbus, Toledo, like, you know, little like Midwest shit. And then we was like, we had posted a number on the internet and we was like, text this number to let us know what city y'all want us to come to next. And we probably had got like 200 text messages saying come to Oakland. You know, we ain't never been to no California, like besides me being born there and coming right here, like we ain't never know nothing about no California, especially not the Bay Area. Like until music started going and we started realizing that music, like we didn't know nothing about the Bay Area. No, and that's no disrespect to the Bay Area, nothing like that, because I love the Bay Area. That's like my second home. But it was like we didn't really understand nothing about the Bay Area. So when they was like Oakland, we thinking they talking about Oakland County. I swear to God, we like, damn, Oakland County fucking with us. And then motherfucker told us like, no, not Oakland County, Oakland, California. We like, where the fuck is that at? You know what I'm saying? Then we doing all that shit and we like, fuck it, we gonna go fuck with it one time. And we just put it off for a minute. Then one day we was just in the barbershop. We all in there, all of us. We probably 30, 40 deep in the barbershop. It's late as hell. We smoking, getting high, everything. And we like, fuck it, come on, we finna drive to California. Niggas like, all right, bet. They like, we finna go pack our bags. So a lot of niggas just stayed there. And when niggas came back with their bags packed, we like, oh, hold on, we finna go pack our shit too. Packed our shit up and drove our cars out there.
Man, that's so legendary. That's like only if you really fuck with your friends or you're gonna just make a snap decision to go do something like random as fuck like that, right?
Because nobody with us was probably over 21.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, they said you guys were driving there without no licenses and shit like that.
I got 2 big ass tickets right now that they still want their money for from that shit. Like,
he said Biggs was like, I could barely see over the steering wheel or some shit. I'm like,
hard ass rainstorm shit we ain't never realized, driving 70 miles with all cows smelling like shit, everything, like shit that you just never like understood was even going on outside of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't see that type of shit, so we was totally blind to it. Oh, yeah. Like driving 70 miles, it ain't no store.
And then not only that, now you're gonna go meet these people that you never met, that you have no previous history or rapport with or anything like that, and just trust that everything's gonna go as whatever.
And that's why I love Project Papa the way I do and the way I fuck with him, because if they wanted to, they could have put us in the trick bag. We pulled up and they had everything that they needed. Everything. We came from Detroit. We ain't bring nothing. We ain't bring a pocket knife. You know what I'm saying?
Was the conversation that if we get pulled over, we're all fucked, so just leave everything behind?
No, it was just like, shit, we finna drive 36 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we had a licensed driver in every car. But like I said, we drove 36 hours, so of course we was rotating still. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been a time where non-licensed driver was driving and they want to pull us over and snatch us out the car and all of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So we just try to like prepare for that aspect as much as we could.
Now, this is a long-ass drive. You guys get there, you guys meet him, and then everything just goes sailing smoothly, I'm assuming, as far as the collaborations are concerned. For sure. You guys building a fan base in Oakland and continuously making sure that you're popping in there and making sure you have the balance with Detroit. How are you able to keep the balance with your city and then outer cities at the same time?
I just, like, me personally, like I'm one of them people. Like I say, I don't try to like stop nobody shine or hate on nobody. Like if somebody doing good, whether it's from our city, whether it's from Oakland. If I see it and I like it genuinely, like there's plenty of people that can tell you that I reached out to them before they reached out to me or anything, and just let them know like you hard, keep going, like do your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, I know that's all it could have took for any one of us to just get that extra little push. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. imagine somebody even at the time when you're succeeding and you're really feeling good about everything, somebody reaching out to you at that time, that meant the world to him. And there's people right now that if they spoke to you, be like, this motivated the fuck out of me because I've been listening to you forever, trying to move forward with it. For you, did you have anybody like that, or besides just the fellas motivating each other?
The first person when I felt like, damn, I might be doing some shit was, I ain't gonna lie, like Vez.
Really?
Vez was like the first big name from here that like reached out to me, and it was more like I say, I feel like it was a genuine thing because it was like, it ain't like he didn't follow my page, he didn't know my page or nothing. He just was like, I fuck with this young nigga, somebody tap me in with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then right afterwards, I tapped in with him. He like, send me something. I sent it to him. He pull up to my hood, let's shoot the video. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a genuine thing for sure.
Yeah. And he's at that time still roughly, what year was this roughly? Do you start working with us?
Maybe like 2016, 2017.
Okay, so he was already in the game, like, pretty much. Yeah, so
he was doing the shit.
He
already had money phone and all of that shit already going crazy and everything. Like he was already a big name.
Yeah, but for him to come out and show the extra love by actually wanting to be a part of it is crazy too. It's like he knows this is the next thing coming up, right? So when you guys are continuously going back and forth, you're building outside audiences and outside love and everything like that. What's the major plan in the head to get this thing as big as possible, and how big did you guys want to get it?
I can honestly say I don't think we understood what we had.
Damn.
Like, that's why I feel like a lot of shit transpired the way it did, because if we knew what we had, we wouldn't even been taking the risk that we was taking in the streets for us to even have legal troubles. You know what I'm saying? We just was so worried about getting some money and fiending for doing shit for our family. Like, and we really didn't understand like the leverage and what we had as a group as a whole.
Yeah. You know, I'm in a band. We make music, and we all said if we all quit our jobs right now and just played music for the next fucking 2 years, we'd be fucking world famous. Yeah. And it's because of the fact that you have to take care of your family, you have bills to pay, you have all these things that you don't take that risk. But you're saying if you just had taken that risk, it all would have been paid off.
For sure. 100% fact, because it's like we make the music, even still to this day, when we all get in the studio, like we still make that same music that everybody love. But it's like, it's 5 Shredgang members, it's 6 BandGang members. It's like keeping everybody on one accord. It's like, it's a hard thing because this person might be going through something that he don't really want to express and talk about because it's like a personal thing, and this person might be doing better, and you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, like, you know what I'm saying, it's just hard keeping everybody on one accord when it's so many mixed personalities, and then on top of that, like, shit that motherfuckers going through.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, unfortunately, you're losing people during the process, right? That's one huge factor. And then you have to worry for yourself when you're out in the streets. You have to worry for yourself in every single movement you're doing. So that's an added stress factor. Plus, you got your personal life, then you got your family life. You got so many different variables that make it very difficult to be an artist and trust the process of sacrificing everything to just be an artist, right? Yeah. But you do wonder if God's chilling up in heaven looking down like, motherfucker, like, I gave y'all, like, just do the shit you're supposed to do and it'll be straight. Like,
for sure.
But people can't take the risk. It's scary.
But I'm like I say, I done been through a lot of shit. So it's like certain shit, I don't look at it like losses, or like I look at my losses as lessons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I try to learn from everything that I went wrong with, or everything that I lost, or people that I lost in situations, how I lost them. You know what I'm saying? I try to look at that shit and make sure I ain't put myself in that same situation.
Yeah, so instead of suffering it, like, take a lesson from it and move on from it.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Do something bigger with what happened.
Yeah.
Now, everybody goes crazy. Again, you said, like, when you and Lonnie worked together, right? Yeah. What do you think was the discrepancy in the collaborations between you guys and other members in the groups where you guys really, people felt the chemistry?
I just feel like it's the work ethic that we put in with each other, with us just bonding and him really believing in what I got going on. Like, because first and foremost, I'm a protector. Like that's just what I do. Like I want to make sure everybody good. I want to make sure everybody's safe. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. And that's what a lot of motherfuckers look at me as, rather than looking at me as what I can do to help a situation. You know what I'm saying? And he always looked at me as what I can do to help a situation. He ain't never looked at me like a protector, which he know I'm gonna be behind him regardless. You know what I'm saying? He just always was like giving me the push, like, you can do this shit, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so you guys that's the contrast that kind of made you guys unite and become very strong.
Yeah, cause it's like I ain't gonna lie, like I feel like I make good music with everybody when I do shit, like especially in my camp. Like me and Miles, we make hella good music. Me and Pay, we make hella good music. Like me and the whole shred, we all on the same type of time, so that's just gonna be automatic. But it's like I feel like I make good music with everybody, because I'm like a feed off you type artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course I can make my own shit, but my own shit is what I'm making for my fans. But when I'm doing some music with somebody else, I'm trying to tap into your fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
plus your fans love it too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like what's those two? The Cats, Los and Nutty. Like people like it on the United side more than when they're separated doing singles or whatever it is. It's just what it is. Like if your audience is fucking with it, then what's the problem? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, you know, that's the whole concept too of like, you know, if you have a succeeding friend, a friend that's the succeeder in the collaborations and whatever, to sometimes people are like, I want to do my own thing though, or I want to be noticed. I want to only be recognized for myself. I want to be acknowledged for what I can accomplish. But it's like, why do you need that so bad when people love what the hell you guys are doing together?
I look at it like, me personally, I always been like this, like, do your shit, I'm gonna get mine off what you can do. Like, I'm a hustler. Like I said, I look at this shit like hustling, because everything that I did since I was 12, 13 years old was me hustling and trying to figure out some shit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if bro winning and doing what he doing, I can come around and see how I can scrape up my issue.
Yeah. I was talking to some younger cats. We have a lot of younger upcoming artists come on here. They're like 17, 18 years old, like trying to find a name for themselves. And it's so funny because when they talk about what they listen to in high school, they'll say BandGang, Shredgang, and shit like that.
For sure.
It's kind of funny because it's like, damn, like, so at their age, when they were in high school, they were probably the biggest fucking things. You know what I'm saying? So how crazy, like, what do you think the kids relate to when they listen to what the fuck you guys are talking about sometimes? Because I'm like, how the hell do they even understand this shit at this age?
Because at the time, it was like shit that was going on that was big on the internet that we was contributing to. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that's what this whole shit is ran by right now, like the internet. Like it ain't no genuine vibes. It ain't no authentic, whatever
Authentic?
the fuck. Yeah. And like with that, motherfuckers gonna feed into what they feed into. So if a motherfucker rapping about this and acting like they doing that, then that's what they gonna feed into, especially if it ain't no response behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of times, like, with like shit that's going on in the streets and everything like that, it's like, if it's really some shit going on, you can't really too much respond to certain shit. You know, if you care about your freedom.
Right.
And we done been through that situation to where, you know what I'm saying, like on top of rappers going to jail, like we lost all our friends. Like you used to see us 40 deep, somewhere 30 deep. Like you don't really too much see that now because a lot of our friends been in prison for the last 6 to 7 years and still got 5 to 6 years to go. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know the reality behind that.
And so you're saying that social media's infrastructure keeps people aware to what's happening, and that's where the relatability can more happen because they're seeing it, because it's on social media so
exactly.
much?
Like if we was...
Because how could you have seen it before?
Right.
Yeah.
And if I just feel like if we was feeding into certain shit and doing certain shit on how we used to do as being young and dumb, then it'll be a whole different ballgame.
Well, let me ask you this then. In your opinion, do you think Detroit music would be as on as it is now if it wasn't for social media?
How could it? Because in reality, who was looking at Detroit before social media? Like social media, like I say, I don't shy away from it because I know it helped pay a lot of my bills plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? But I never looked to social media to take my freedom from me, though. I ain't into that. And that's just something that I can't get with because like I said, I got 40 friends in jail, real friends that I really been in the streets and really did shit with, and I refuse to fall to their same mistakes.
Yeah. That's a crazy concept, bro. To think about that. If we did remove it, the succeeders would be very, very hard to break, and it wouldn't be as accessible, right? To become a star or to become a significant figure to any degree in Detroit music if it wasn't for social media. Because like you said, nobody was looking at it before. I mean, let's just say pre-Instagram, like Big Sean had popped off, right? And
But was it pre-Instagram though?
Wasn't Big Sean a little pre-Instagram, or was he during it, like the start of it?
Maybe like the start.
Yeah, and then he had so Royce was like definitely.
Because I remember my first Instagram that I ever had before the one that I got now was in like 2011, 2012.
Okay, damn.
Like that was my first Instagram I ever had, and I wasn't doing no music or nothing like that, and they wasn't BandGang yet. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I wasn't on Instagram to see people music or nothing like that. Like I was on Instagram to kick it with people from school and shit like that.
Well, pre-promotion of Instagram where you could actually put video clips and everything like that. I think Big Sean was probably a little pre-Instagram to some degree. I don't think
possibly, but like I say, I don't know exactly when he like had his breaking moment and all of that.
Okay, then we got like Royce the 5'9", right? You got like Obi Trice. You got like
but see, Royce had he was with M and everything like that. So it was like. It was a different type of breakout moment for him because it wasn't shit for, at that time. Well, I ain't gonna say at that time, but at least around that time, M was like, if he say it's good, it's good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he had and you know what I'm saying, I salute Royce. I never met him or nothing like that, but I salute him and everything that he do and try to reach back and everything like that.
And then fine, okay, then if you look at the underground Detroit, then you had obviously Street Lords and you had Rock Bottom, and you had like Big Hercs are standing out. You got cats like that. They're the only guys that are like totally pre-social media, totally. Whereas like we got MySpace maybe, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And then they couldn't make it to the point where we're on the mainstream yet. They might have had a selective hits here and there that were contributions with collaborations, but nothing that was just standalone. We're mainstream. Like we fucking broke out. Besides,
that's because they was getting money for real. Like you know what I'm saying? They like I don't know how true it is, but like I know people that know Blade and like my Uncle Screwface and shit like that. Like and people like that. Like they whether they was on the whatever side they was on, like and they said Blade turned down deals because I'm gonna do that and I got this money. They like, nigga, that's clean money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like you can't tell a motherfucker that who already playing with hundreds of thousands or millions, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell him to sign for some shit that he got put up. Yeah. Because I know me being arrogant and me not understanding the business of shit with $500,000, $1 million put up, motherfucker ain't gonna get me to sign to $200,000.
That's what a lot of them do.
With a machine, though. People don't understand how important the machine is,
That's what I was about to say, because a lot of OGs that do sit down here, they'll be like, yeah, we turned down those $1 million deals because we already had the money. But then it's like, okay, hold on. What about the access they give you? What about the network they give you? What about the connections that the industry gives you that you can't just get with money?
Exactly.
Because you can't buy everything.
Exactly.
So that's the thing that I don't think they were putting in perspective. They probably thought, though, in the long run, I'm going to get so big that everybody's going to want access to me anyway. Yeah. Unfortunately,
Because it's like, why not? Everything, they got chains, they got this, they got Benzes, we got that too. Yeah. It ain't come from music. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the Detroit mentality.
Yeah, I think Doughboys Cash Out, the Jeezy was that worked out for them in their favor. Yeah. Well, I think a few of them didn't end up getting signed, but still, they still seen some.
But it was the platform that helped. You know what I'm saying? Like, that platform, a lot of times you might not benefit from it right then and there financially wise, but you might create friendships and bonds that you have never been able to create on your own.
What opportunities did you ever get to sign or to be a part of anything with the record label or anything like that?
I never actually had record labels. I always had people with money. Like, I don't want to put too many other people, but Obama was somebody who was trying to give me some money, you know what I'm saying, and help me with my shit. And it was just it wasn't that I turned it down. It was just certain situations didn't plan out and everybody wasn't seeing eye to eye. So it was like, we started this together, so I want everybody to be on the same accord. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't doing this to like make nobody feel like I'm trying to lead them behind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
damn. So you okay?
Yeah.
So you had the opportunity, but you were like, I can't do this because of
and it still be like that right now to this day because my loyalty lie with my people who I started all of this shit with. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how much we seeing eye to eye. Me and somebody could be not seeing eye to eye right now, but if something come on the table, I'ma go, hey, look, I know we ain't boo, but let's sit down and talk about this right quick.
Well, flip the script, though. If you're on the other side of it and you're saying...
I don't know. You ain't even got to finish it. I don't know. But that's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I always been like that. And like I said, a lot of times it done bit me in my ass, but I ain't gonna let nobody, you know, they movements or whatever, however they move and change the way that I am.
When I do look at your social media nowadays, I'm seeing a little more hostility than I'm used to. Is there what's burning inside? Well, it's like where's the fire coming from?
I would say it's just like I say, people, and like I say, I'm not one of them people who begging for some shit that I done in the past, but it's like because of everything that's going on social media and me not reacting to shit like I used to when I was younger, as far as like reacting to every time somebody say my name or somebody make a diss song or some shit like that, like me not reacting to that or feeding into saying it and speaking down on people that passed away, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't do that shit type of shit no more, it's like, it's not entertaining. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they don't see the work that I'm really putting in, like how much my craft done, you know, upscale. They don't like looking at that because I'm not feeding into the drama. Like I can honestly say a lot of my shit came from like them knowing I'm with the drama, you know, and like I had to change though. Like
yeah, you can't be that forever.
Exactly,
you know?
Because it's like you fighting with jail and death. And I ain't trying to see neither one.
Those moments that people see that, like, you know, people go on live stream and they fight all the time or beefs are happening and it's all relevant and it's like it fuels your music, right? Like people are more interested in listening to you because of controversy happening and stuff. But
I want y'all to respect my craft.
That's hard. It's a hard time, man. It's a hard time because especially if people are calling you out and you're not responding to it, then it's almost like, who am I listening to now? Because the guy I used to listen to would have responded to that, like you're saying. Yeah. So it's like almost you might lose fan bases or they might not pay attention as much anymore. Yeah, which sucks. But I mean,
but like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not feeding into social media to determine my life because I know at the end of the day, I'm really getting some money. I'm really taking care of my family. I'm really making sure my people good. Like, so that's what fueled me, whether a motherfucker think that I'm really living like that or not. Like, people who know me, people whether they like me or not, people who know me in the streets, they know for a fact.
You know, I don't know if you remember that we actually met a long ass time ago. We actually met a long ass time ago. I met you at Ant Beat's studio. It was me, you.
Oak Park?
Yeah, it was me. I was with Sada shooting photos for him.
Okay.
And you like walked through a door. You didn't say shit to me because you're like, "Who the fuck?" I just like walking. Obviously, I literally was just a photographer, so there's no way you could have known anything about me. But I remember you just walking past me, and I was like, man, what the fuck? Because I was thinking in my mind like this motherfucker's got some energy even without me talking to this motherfucker. I could feel it through the room. But you were so focused on getting shit done. I remember seeing your eyes like you were magnetized towards getting whatever the fuck you got to get done. Yeah. And I'm hearing stories about artists just going straight to the studio no matter what the situation is. Like, the studio is magnetizing to them for whatever reason. Has any of that changed as far as how invested you are in your music right now?
I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of times, like I be in different cities and states, like, you know, by myself doing my thing, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever I got going on. But no matter what, I always relay back to the studio. Because it's like, I know without the studio, I wouldn't be in a lot of the situations that I done, you know, been in, accomplished, none of that shit. Like the studio, I know for a fact, music saved my life. For a fact.
It's almost like when people go to the gym every day. It's like your day kind of revolves around going to the gym, right? Yeah. If you're saying it saved your life, so you would have been in the streets, obviously, and the odds would have played against you eventually, like
100% fact.
Yeah.
Because it was like I say, I just like I love the streets. That's what raised me. My parents ain't raised me. Like my mama did her best, you know. Of course, you know, single mama or whatever the case may be, but like the streets raised me. Like all the lessons, all the bumps, all that came from me being in the streets and me trying to figure out a way to make sure my mama good, my little brother good, my daughter good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
I know people don't like to mention what collaborations would make the most sense, but what do you look at as what could help you grow and what would make a lot of sense even just for music in Detroit right now?
I would probably say like I say, I know a lot of shit start like back at home. So I feel like if I got certain collaborations with certain people, it'll help a lot for sure, because it'll just solidify like, oh, okay, he's still doing this shit, or oh, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, a lot of motherfuckers ain't or don't see my page because of the censors that they got on Instagram and everything like that. So yeah, I got 95,000 followers, but so many people not seeing my shit, you know what I'm saying? Just because of the censors that's on Instagram, or if they not searching my page up or active with my page every day, they don't see my page at all until something just happened to just come across their screen.
Yeah. So you basically have to figure out a way to get yourself in front of everybody's faces all over again.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that's why I ain't never gave up with like putting music out, you know, doing different like videos. Like a lot of my videos now is like shit that you would have never seen from me. Like I just dropped a video to the project that I just dropped. It's called Hugh Hefner. I just dropped a video to the intro to that. Like you'll never see me in a video with females all in there, and you know what I'm saying, just on some player shit. Like you'd have never seen that from me. Yeah. So it's like I'm just trying to get like a different outlook on shit, because I don't want everybody to just always look at me as, oh, he just is this hoodlum, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of motherfuckers look at me as. Motherfuckers think that I'm just trying to do something to people, or I got a agenda behind shit.
Well, if you look at like, okay, I have to be careful how I say this, but if you look at like the BandGang scamming persona idea, right? And then you look at like Shredgang and the originality of it is basically snatching people's buffs and stuff like that. You kind of go like, man, what's this all about right now? Like,
but
what's about to happen?
The thing is, it's like, as far like BandGang scamming, like yeah, like that was a way of, you know, us trying to better our life for our family, but like I was who I was as far as Shredgang before I started rapping. So it was like you will fuck with me when I'm up and popping, like, and I understand that like motherfuckers gonna fuck with you when you hot, you know what I'm saying, and when you going through whatever you going through, they gonna act like you never existed. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like I said, it's no love lost with nobody, but I understand it. But one thing that I stand on is you gonna respect my craft for sure.
Yeah, but it is. But you do have to admit that what you're saying kind of contradicts what you guys implied when you first were coming into the scene, right? Yeah, because you're putting out that image, but then it's like, but I don't want you to know me as that. Kind of like I don't want to be that to be what it is anymore. So it's kind of like because you grew, you want your audience to grow with you. Yeah. But because they fell in love with what they fell in love with initially, and you're over that, well, that sucks as an artist.
But the thing is, it's like that's always my go-to music. Yeah, always. Like, of course, I do rap about other shit and do other shit is because I evolved into that lifestyle or this lifestyle, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like, I ain't gonna always stay the same person, and that's with anybody who whatever they doing in it. And 9 times out of 10, if they stay where they at, it don't really prosper too much.
That must suck as an artist, though, yeah, because it's basically like you're growing as an individual, but your fan base is still hooked on the stuff that they started off with, but you're not that person really as much anymore. Yeah, so it's
because I don't gotta be like I don't gotta risk my life for $1,500 for a pair of buffs. I can do a feature deal and get 15, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case may be, like, I ain't gotta go back to the same shit that I had to go to when I was trying to figure out a way to feed my family and make sure motherfuckers that I care for good.
So that's kind of fucking nuts, bro. I wonder if your music promoted buff snatching when it first happened. Like, Were you like were people like riding around? You know how people wear black forces now because GMAC Cash song? Like were people snatching buffs when they first started hearing you? Like, yo, this dog is my dog. He's Shredgang Mone's talking about snatching them, and he's probably doing it. Like I'm about to go start doing that shit too.
I had a lot of fans send me shit. Like I'm gonna just say that. Like
for real,
for sure, 100% fact. Especially like when I first started rapping, but like it wasn't just me rapping. Like it was really at a point in time a part of my life. Like it was really 30 of us really trying to get some money to feed our family.
And so like was it organized as far as the process of doing it? Like if you knew, like you found a mark and was like, all right, this guy's gonna be easy to fucking
It was more like a freelance thing. Like more like we just
drive around?
For sure.
Damn.
Sure.
So I would have been like an easy ass target for sure. I'd have been like,
I mean, but
I would have just
we
dropped
had
the
what
buffs
we
off.
was looking for.
Yeah.
Like we know what we was looking for. It was certain shit that we was looking for. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was like we was young. We ain't like a lot of my niggas at the time. We ain't had kids. We ain't understand the importance of being there for your kids and all of that type of shit. So it was like we ain't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Is it when you since you've gained more knowledge and you have a better understanding of life, when you think about growing up in Detroit, do you see that the deficits that are pointed out are legitimate deficits, and do you see that there is actually an unfair disadvantage to people who live in Detroit when you're born and raised in Detroit, or do you think that there is obviously ways to overcome it, but it's a difficult task versus growing up in the suburbs?
For sure, because it's like, as far as suburbs, other cities, like, I seen a video the other day. My girl was showing me it. I seen a video the other day. She said, on a video, they was asking, what's the dirtiest city in America? And, like, 80% of them said Detroit. And then they proceeded to ask them, have you ever been there? And they said no.
Damn.
So it's like, how you know we the dirtiest city? Because if you come to downtown Detroit, you'll think we one of the nicest cities. That motherfucker raw as hell. Like, you can see over to Canada, you know what I'm saying? We got hella new buildings, all of this shit. Like,
I'm pretty sure it's some fucking, like, janky-ass place in Texas where people are fucking each other's cousins.
Man.
In New York City?
Yeah.
It's the grossest fucking place I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
But then you can go to certain places of it that's raw as hell. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it was like, damn, I ain't never seen no shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So it's like,
I used to shoot music videos.
It varies.
When I used to shoot music videos in Detroit, I used to have to go into houses that were worth $3.
Yeah.
But the thing that was crazy about it was everybody was fresh as fuck. They were in there like Gucci'd out and shit. Like, yeah, we live here. I'm like,
I was
oh,
about to say,
shit.
and then that's their house.
Yeah, so
and
it's
then
like,
you go in their room, bed on the crates, all of the shit. Like, I done been in them situations. I done been in a situation where it's me and 5 of my homeboys living in the house that we squatting in, and we all just made $18,000 between 5 people in 4-5 days. And we could easily go pay a rent for $2,000 and be somewhere nice, ducked off, all of the shit, but we just didn't know no better.
But more importantly, too, everybody knew how to take care of themselves and take showers and stuff. Like, so it's like, even though the motherfuckers are living, like, to say dirtiest is crazy because it's like, motherfuckers still come out fresh every day.
Come on.
I don't see anybody coming
Put
out
that
looking.
shit on if we don't do nothing else. For sure. For sure.
Like, I knew motherfuckers where I was like, I was shooting music videos from motherfuckers where I was like, I can't believe you live here, but the motherfuckers took care of themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know what dirty would be considered. Like what? Like rats are everywhere. Like the house. Like I don't know. That's kind of thinks. Yeah, the place smells or something.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
I don't know. Like I say, I come from the heart and the soul of this shit. Like where you don't got much and you make whatever you can with what you got going on. Like I done been in houses with my whole family in the front room. We sleeping in front of the fireplace because there ain't no heat in this motherfucker in the wintertime.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like I done been in this situation, so I be thankful for everything that I acquire, and especially as a grown man and doing it for myself. It's a difference, like when your family trying to do their best for you and all your siblings and then your mom, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like for me to be able to do that shit by myself, it's a whole different like feeling.
And to see the brothership and the brotherhood, and that's helps it become more comfortable to be able to endure those circumstances. It makes it probably a little bit more easy just because of that factor. Even one time I was watching Marlon and Sean Wayans talk about when they were growing up in poverty, and they said all we would do is make each other laugh. Like we just made our living room a comedy show.
One thing about us, when we all together, we can all have $0 because we done been in this situation before. All $0 going through some shit that we're really mad about, but we making a joke out of it. Oh, if you don't get this together, woo, woo, woo. And you know what I'm saying? Like, like you got to make the best out of everything because I come from the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a difference when you come from nothing, so the little accomplishments be a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
When you, did you ever have a moment of heightened success that nobody really probably knows, that you had a heightened level of success and financially, even with music and everything, but then still ended up going down to zero again before you went back up?
Multiple times, because like I say, the streets taught me a lot. Like I learned everything that I learned from the streets. So on top of me learning like the good shit in which I need to adapt to, like I was also blinded to certain shit. So it'd be like, all right, if I go spend this $2,000 on this or this $1,500 on this, like I'm winning. Not knowing I could have spent that and got me into a house in a nice area, you know what I'm saying, made it comfortable for my family, or got me a car in a situation when I ain't have a car or whatever the case may be. Like, so it was like, I bump my head still to this day, like even as being grown, like I ain't 100% financially stable like I want to be. I ain't fucked up at all, but like I know a lot of situations that I've been in could have put me to the top to where it's like I never have to worry about nothing again.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people do go through that. I went through that before, of going through like having a lot of money and then going broke at one moment. And I think the reason
It devastates you.
Huh? It does. It does. You feel like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
But there's something inside of you that knows the reason you're kind of okay with this because you know you're going to come back.
Yeah.
You know no matter what you're going to.
Always. I always listen. My little brother, a firm example of knowing like no matter what's going on, I can have 10 million right now and go to zero. I'm like, it's good. I'm gonna get it back. Like no matter, even if I know where my next move at or not, I'm always stay calm when it comes to shit like that because it's like I know how I can get when I get to panicking. Like I can put myself in a situation that I really don't want to be in. That's
what I think Uncut Gems is with Adam Sandler. That whole movie was about like how he kept bouncing back, like he was up, down, up, down, up, down. But then at the end, it was almost like his karma caught up to him to the point where there was no coming back this time. Yeah. And it's not going to be money coming back. It's going to be you don't have a life anymore. It's over.
For sure.
So like I think there is a certain point where even if you are bouncing back and forth between being highs and the lows, that you can hit a low one day and never come back from it if you keep fucking around.
For sure.
I remember somebody was interviewing me one time and they asked me like, what keeps you so motivated? And my response to her was like, because I fucked up so many times already that I can't stop this time. Yeah. If I stop again, I'm gone, bro.
Oh
like,
God. And then like I say, I know my role with my family. Like before BandGang, before Shredgang, like when it come to my family, because I got like a tight-knit family. I ain't got really like a big family. Like I say, we moved here from Detroit. Like I ain't really got a close relationship with my mama's side of the family, like my daddy's side of the family. We got a good bond or whatever. Even though me and my daddy, you know, we go through our shit, we don't really see eye to eye at times. So it's like I know how I feel to have to be there for your family. So I know I can't. Even if I want to get to that mode where I want to get back in my old ways, I know it. I look at a picture of my daughter and be like, damn, I can't do that to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even drinking and shit like that. Like if you're abusive with alcohol and then like one day you realize like, bro, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna keep fucking shit up, and then like you have to give it up.
That's what I just recently did with weed, smoking weed. Like I've been clean from weed for like almost probably like 70 days.
Really? How's the difference been since the stop?
Clear mind.
For real?
Clear mind.
Was it like was it cloudiness before you stopped?
I ain't gonna say it was cloudiness, but I just didn't realize how much I was spending on it, how much it was affecting my thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how better I think about shit. Like, so when I stopped smoking weed, and then like it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be, because I was like a heavy weed smoker. Like it ain't too many people that you'll meet that was like a heavy weed smoker for me as long as I was, like from the age of 15 to 70 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never had to stop. I ain't had to stop for no job. I ain't had to stop for probation or nothing like that. Like I always just smoked weed all day. That's one thing that I was gonna get up and do. Get up before I brush my teeth, I'm smoking the blunt. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I just knew like I wonder how much money I could save if I really just sat back and stopped smoking weed. When I did this shit, the tools and fuels that I spent on that added up to this light bill and this, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, nah, I ain't double hustling.
How much do you think you were spending a month?
When I'm doing good, like 5 to 10.
On weed? $5,000 to $10,000 on weed a month?
Shit, I smoke anywhere from,
what the fuck?
and it's just being by myself, not even when we all in the studio at once. Like, I smoke anywhere from 5 to 15 blunts a day.
God damn, bro.
And then I ain't just smoking no garbage weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was a lot that had to do with the pioneer of the good weed being brought here, you know, in our era.
Because of Oakland?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this shit was fire. Isn't that where like fucking what's it called came from? Who's that guy who has that big ass brand?
Runts.
Runts. Like, is that where Runts came from?
Yeah.
Did you guys bring that shit out here? It's legendary, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like them are
originators.
good peoples. Like people over at Runts, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my boy Tuck and Cam Dilla. Like they really helped us, you know, open up a lot of shit. My boy Pay, you know what I'm saying? Then you got a few other peoples that, you know, did they shit. The Joy Road, you probably don't know who he is, but he like just a strictly, you know, like it's motherfuckers who do their shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's a good crossover, yeah, from over there to here with that, especially because of the quality. Because over here there was so much trash. I was watching this movie the other day. It's called like I forget what the fuck it's called, but this girl goes back in time and she like ends up smoking weed in like the 70s, and she couldn't get high. She's like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" Like, and she didn't like the people in the 70s were getting high as fuck off that shit. Yeah. But then like it made me realize about a time where I was smoking garbage ass weed forever, and I didn't realize it until my cousin brought me some shit. That I literally I told him call the ambulance. I'm like, call the ambulance. Like, I'm not gonna make it out.
Started smoking. Like, now that I look back at it and just look at the different type of weed and strands, and I was smoking bullshit. Like $5 loud bags. We thought that was the shit. Like, we go in there, go spend 30, get 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thought we was doing it, putting .7s in. Like, nowadays I wouldn't dare roll a .7. At all.
Yeah.
At least 1.7, 2 grams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even understand how I was rolling that. I swear to God, like, it don't make sense to me now.
And the quality of the shit, man. I smoked some bad stuff like a year ago, and I just felt like a headache. And then I smoked some good stuff, and then I was like, I feel clarity now. Yeah. But either way, like, if you look at the quality of marijuana, whether it's good or bad quality, at the end of the day, I personally get like paranoia, and I also get like the next day I'll feel a little bit less clarity about like what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing today type shit. Yeah. So it kind of scares me when I see artists like all on it, like smoking all day. I think some people can get away with it, like you. It maybe
but that was just the tolerance, because like now, like I just recently came up with my own strand.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So of course, like me being a weed connoisseur, and as much as I was into weed, like, I wanted to just taste it and see how it was tasting and how the hit was behind it. Shit had me paranoid as fuck.
For real?
Man, I don't like the way weed make me now.
So the only time you smoked since you quit is to test your product out?
I probably hit the blunt. I test my weed, and then I had hit a little end of a blunt, because one night I was trying to go to sleep and I couldn't. Terrible.
Biggest mistake.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Had me feeling like I was off shrooms, having a bad trip, all of the shit.
When I first did shrooms, I took them at 11 o'clock at night. Biggest fucking mistake. I thought I was going to take them and be like, all right, I'll be asleep by 3. Bro, I was up till 9:30 in the morning thinking about how I just stole a pack of shrooms from my brother's drawer, and he's looking for them all morning long, and he's going to come in this room and kill me. I was paranoid the whole night that my brother was going to kill me. Like, it was the worst experience ever. But then I tried shrooms again, and it really expanded my mind into seeing, like, how reactive I was, how unconscious actions I was always taking. Like, I keep telling people, like, I was grabbing my phone every second when I was on shrooms. But then I realized, like, no, you always do this. You're always grabbing your phone and looking at your phone. Yeah. You're not even paying attention to the fact that you're doing it. So it really helped me with that. But, like, there was a mushroom shop that just got shut down in Detroit. There's a church in Detroit. Did you hear about that? It was like 3 days ago, okay? There's a guy who owns a church in Detroit, and they were growing mushrooms in it. And the police are surrounding it as we speak. and the guy barricaded himself inside of his mushroom church. But I was kind of thinking about it, like, that's kind of fucked up, man. Let the guy, like, he's not, like, you know,
and that's the thing, like, they want to make a big deal about something that's coming from the ground.
Yeah.
Whether we grow it or not, it's going to grow regardless. Mm-hmm. That's how we even got hip to it. It ain't like we ain't that smart.
Well, also think about this. Weed was legalized. What makes you guys think you're not wrong about mushrooms being legalized? If it took this long for weed to be legalized.
Then they have motherfuckers in there talking about we might as well legalize all the drugs and just tax it. Yeah. All they care about is money.
Yeah.
Because if you can make some money off of it, then you ain't going to care. But it's too hard for you to make some money off some shit that a motherfucker making in Colombia. Or, you know what I'm saying, wherever the fuck the shit coming from.
Yeah.
And it got to come over the border and all of this shit. Like, but if it's growing in the motherfucker backyard, y'all want to have something to do with it.
But look, so my only defense for like legalizing so many drugs and shit is that like when they did legalize marijuana, the increase in car accidents was like through the fucking roof. So
guess what you never heard ever in your life?
What?
Somebody overdosing from it.
Yeah, but people doing stupid ass shit when they're on it.
I mean, shit, people do stupid ass shit from liquor.
That's facts.
That's the shit that should be, if anything. Like, that shit is way more. And like I say, I don't smoke weed no more. I drink some liquor here and there. You feel me? Like, I fuck with the liquor. But I know for a fact, if I smoke 10 blunts and I take 10 shots, it's going to be a whole different ball game.
You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right.
I can smoke 10 blunts and drive, for sure. But I can't take 10 shots and drive.
Well, we're the opposite. I got pulled over. I was high as a fucking kite going 60 in like a 35 in Detroit. And I got pulled over by this cop. He did every test on me for alcohol. He thought I was drunk the whole time. I was like, this motherfucker doesn't realize I'm high out of my mind right now. So it was a different story for this motherfucker. He was like doing fucking breathalyzer tests. I'm like, you were stupid, bro. What's something that you do to help keep yourself balanced though? Like, do you microdose? Do you microdose mushrooms or anything like that?
I done did mushrooms probably like maybe like 3 times.
Oh, so you don't even get down with that. How do you? So you quit smoking weed? Did you find anything to like replace it, or did you find a way to like keep balance otherwise?
I feel like me just having a clear head on a lot of shit was like what I needed to do a long time ago though.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, I done been dealing with weed for so long. Like, I feel like if I'd have took this step years back, like I'd be way better financially, mentally, a lot of shit. Like, cause like I say, it just helped me think way different.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about $120,000 a year. That's a house, like type shit. Do you guys got 20 more minutes? You guys good? I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. We're back on, bro. Yeah, man. Fuck, this is crazy. Yeah, man. Like going back to the first time I heard you. The first time I heard you, it was crazy. It was with the Toodaman, I Can't Lie. I still listen to that song to this day. Yeah. Anybody haven't heard that song?
Toodaman, my people's though, man. I really fuck with Tooda, like genuinely. Like I ain't seen bro in a minute. We ain't really kicked it, but I really fuck with Tooda because he genuinely like for sure.
Yeah, when I first met Toodaman, it was I was filming Sada Baby's basketball games. I met Tooda. He was fucking hysterical, cool ass dude. And then he was making music too. He had some skills. And then I talked to him recently. He just like can't pay attention to the music right now. But you got affiliate. You got associated and became had friendships with those guys too, Big Squad and everything like that. I think before that it was Permanent Gang Kings or Permanent King Gangs.
Yeah,
PGK.
Yeah, PGK. Yeah, for sure. Damn, I forgot about that. That's crazy.
That shit too. Yeah,
for sure.
And shit. But they all kind of just moved it to Big Squad. But how were you acquainted with them?
I was hip to Sada like when he first started dropping this shit, and but like what tied us in, Strap had hit me like, we finna go to the studio with Sada. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I fuck with dog shit. Cause I was like one of the first persons from our hood, like, bro, this nigga hard. Niggas like, bro, you feel me? Cause it was a different sound. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't used to it, and then motherfuckers, getting with their music all in their video, like a lot of motherfuckers wasn't, like they weren't hip to it then. You know what I'm saying? But I told him, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, he gonna be the next star from this motherfucker. Like that's why I say when it's all said and done, I fuck around be an A&R or something, cause like I done seen the light behind a lot of motherfuckers, but of course I at the time wasn't in positions to even help or, do certain shit, but word of mouth. You know what I'm saying?
So you got like an ear for it.
Everything ain't about the ear now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times you gotta have like the visual to back it up too. So it's like I seen that he was like a performer. Like and this was before he had any performances or any of that. Like I was just like, damn, he hard. And then when I got there, you feel me? It was just all genuine love. He like, damn, bro, I've been fucking with your shit for a minute, bro. Like you feel me? You, Lonnie, like I fuck with y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Then we made a few songs or whatever. And then bro took off. And when he took off, he ain't like act funny or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He always showed love, and then his situations tie him into being, closer with our manager, Poody, and shit like that. So it was like it helped everybody like just keep the bond going, whether they was over there doing what they was doing, we was doing what we was doing. Like it always ended up tying back in. Like probably like when was that? I want to say like 2020, maybe like 2021 at the most. Like we had went to LA and rented a mansion. You probably done seen hella motherfuckers in the mansion. It's like one of the mansions with like studios in it and all of the shit. We went and rented that and worked on a CD for Poody. And Sada pulled up, and like I say, it's always all love. So it's like
I remember watching that shit on social media.
Yeah.
I remember everybody would go to this fucking like mansion house, and it just like it would be funny because you would just turn on the stories on Instagram and just see everybody like doing different shit in different rooms in the kitchen doing this and that. I'm like, what the fuck? This is
for sure.
But it was a brilliant move because you're putting all these creatives together that have the ability to go and network and make money all together, and it was better to be together than separate, right?
For sure.
But how many of you guys were living like in that LA house when you guys were doing those trips?
Like just there doing music or like staying
in that bitch?
Shit, it was the rappers, and then shit, we always got our niggas. Like I might got 2-3 of my niggas that's always with me. Certain places. Pay might got 2-3 of his niggas. Mines, you know what I'm saying? It just like you look up, it'll be 30 niggas in here with 6 beds, and we figuring this shit out. But like I say, we come from that. We come from all being in one house, like because a lot of times everybody ain't in the position to be in their own shit. You know what I'm saying? But we in this shit together.
Who's washing the dishes, man?
I think we might have been getting like carry-out food, pizza and all of that type of shit, and paper plates and all that type of shit. But might have some little bitches pull up or something for sure. Like because I know for a fact when we was there, we had some bitches pull up and cook us some food and all of the shit. And I remember one of the bitches walking in like, "Damn, y'all don't wash the dishes." We like, "Hell no, that ain't our job." Like we making the music. Fuck you mean?
I would never understood that about Airbnbs. It'd be like a $250 service cleaning fee. But like you still gotta wash the dishes before you leave and clean up. I'm like, what the fuck am I paying the $250 for? If y'all
come on, man,
y'all putting it in the bill
for y'all to come make the beds.
Yeah, like what am I supposed to bring out my dish to my table when I'm at a fucking restaurant? Like what the hell are we talking about?
Yeah,
here?
that's crazy.
I think Lace told us that they had rented out a mansion and they got it shut down.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Like that's why I always salute Poody. You know what I'm saying? Because like even at times when we wasn't able to like pitch in or contribute, like he always just. If it ended up being a loss, if it ended up being good, he always just took it on the chin. He ain't make us never feel less about it unless we try to like play him like he you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Woo woo woo. Like, but like he always seen the good in us, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, at the end of the day, we all end up being back into shit that we didn't really have no business into, trying to get further in that when all we had to do was put a little more push into the music. You know what I'm saying?
Run everybody, like if you can walk people through Poody's role and how much it affected your guys' career to have him a part of the ride, and just give people insight on Poody because everybody hears his name but not everybody knows who he is. And could you pull up that microphone closer a little more? Yeah, right there's cool.
Poody, that's Lonnie blood brother.
Mm-hmm.
BandGang Lonnie, that's his blood brother. And I look at it like he was somebody that a lot of times, whether it was his part, like, because not only is this our manager, but like we spent so many times and so many hard times, good times on the road doing all the shit. So it's like we ended up building like a brotherhood too. So it was like, I know he was like, to me, he was somebody that I could, when times was hard for me, I can call to him, and it was never no second guessing. It was always if he can or he can't. You know what I'm saying? And like as far as the music wise, it was like he helped us with shit that I feel like would have never got accomplished if it wasn't for him, because a lot of people don't want to talk to a group of young niggas from the hood, especially Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't have been able to sit down with certain people, I feel like. And I just feel like he put the brains and the aspects and the longevity look on shit, rather than us just moving day by day.
He was able to tie everything together probably because he had an understanding and an empathy, and he could understand you and also understand the business world and tie those two things together.
Business savvy for sure.
Yeah. That's a really important thing too, to understand your artists.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I'm noticing like managers or labels will almost look at their artist as in like, you know, I don't have to know you to know what to do with you, but I think you kind of do have to know.
That's the best way. That's what, like, those the artists that you see when they blow up, they keep their manager with them, and they, you know what I'm saying? Or and a lot of times it could be the artist not understanding the manager too, because a lot of times artists think that managers supposed to pay for everything and they supposed to do all this and that, but when somebody doing that, I feel like they see something in you that you might not see in yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why I always respected Poody on whatever level it was that we was dealing with each other.
When you were guys were coming up, what were the most noticeable things that people were reaching out to you to support you about? What were the things that people would either message you or come up and say, like, this is what meant the most out of what you guys have done so far to me?
As far as me and like what I had going on, I feel like Shred was like a big turning moment of my career, because like when the very first clip that I posted, I told people, like, give me 500 comments and I'll drop the video. And originally, like I said, I was supposed to drop it on World Star. And I looked up and like I want to say, I usually be good with numbers, but I want to say it was like 47 minutes. I had like 2,700 comments. Like, drop. And I'm like, God damn. But once we recorded the song, I was like, I played, because we recorded in San Francisco. I was living in Oakland, so that's probably like depending on if it's traffic, it was traffic that day, so it ended up being like a 35-minute trip. We literally played that bitch all the way there. So I'm like, this the one. And I was telling a lot of motherfuckers, like, this the one. And people really didn't recognize it until motherfuckers started calling, trying to book me and Lonnie for shows. And you know what I'm saying? And that was like a big changing moment, and that's still to this day, that's something that motherfuckers still DM me for. Like, I at least get 10 to 20 DMs about Shred every month since they dropped.
Yeah. What about you as far as with the group combined?
The group, I probably say just like, I can't pinpoint like a certain song or nothing like that, but it was just like the level of recognition we was getting as far as like being in other cities and motherfuckers really fucking with us, because people don't know the downfalls we went through with like trying to really get our music out there. Like, we went through, like, right when we first started, like, I ain't gonna say when I first started rapping, like, we were still pressing up CDs. So like, we went through the process of spending all our money on pressing up these CDs, going to Atlanta during AC3 Festival, passing our CDs out, walking around the corner, coming back around, and all our shit on the floor.
Damn.
Motherfuckers telling us, oh, I don't like y'all beats too slow. Y'all rapping off beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, and that's why I always like let artists know, like, anytime I sit down and have a heart-to-heart with an artist that I fuck with that's up and coming, like, I always let them know, like, bro, like, y'all got it good right now. Like, we really went through the time where nobody was fucking with us but the Bay. Literally nobody, no other city, no, like, you know what I'm saying, the Bay and like Ohio, Fort Wayne, like, you know, Indiana, all that shit over there, like, that damn near probably was as far as we stretched, as far as like people like genuinely fuck with us.
Are you to some degree saying that there was more support happening outside of the city than inside of the city? Like, do you feel that way? Or, because you guys are huge.
No, in the beginning, I feel like everything started here. Like, all the support, all everything that we was doing started here, because like I say, we started with a lot of people who prospering right now. Like, you know what I'm saying, as far as the hip hop labs, like, if I ain't mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I want to say we damn near was the first interview he did. You know what I'm saying? And fucking with him. It's like Lando, that's my boy. Like I love him like I love my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I really look at him like a good person. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never did me no wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I done been in his corner. He done been in mine. We just doing our own thing.
But just so you're saying when people are dropping your CD on the floor and all that stuff, you're talking about relatively early when you guys were trying to shake things up. You were seeing more love in Oakland than you were in Detroit at that particular time. But then eventually,
It was like,
it was balanced out.
yeah, it was like balanced
Do you
because
feel like
like
you're different than Detroit music? Like, do you feel like you're not at the same what it is now? Do you feel like you guys are separated a little bit as far as the style and the tech and what it is, or do you guys feel like you are Detroit music?
Because honestly I feel like a lot of people use our format whether they want to. Like the format we show, keep dropping, nonstop dropping. Because at the time when we first started dropping, you'll see somebody drop a video and they won't drop another video for 3-4 months. Like we was dropping a video every 100,000 views. We tell them get this to 100, we got another video for y'all. And realistically, we didn't. We had Joseph McFashion pull up, come shoot a video for us, or Lando come shoot a video for us, or Zay, whoever, you know what I'm saying, come shoot a video for us and drop that motherfucker same night.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, like. They played a big part in our shit too, as far as like the videographers and shit, because that's why I always get them the respect. Like when I be out of town and people be asking, you know, they ask certain questions about these people and these people, I just always give credit due where it's due at. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I always take my hat off and show respect and love to the motherfuckers who I know helped us, whether we ended off on a good note, a bad note, whatever it is. I always just show love.
Yeah, you know, you like you said, For Show Magazine is one of the guys that were really pushing it, and then you had Lando at the Hip Hop Lab really pushing it, Milk at Detroit Rap News really pushing it, and again, building the infrastructure for Detroit music through social media, which is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, we really do got to look at the fact that because they were promoting it so hard and doing all these things, that's why Detroit music was getting seen more. But also that the music was backing it up. The music was good enough to back it up. It wasn't just promotion. It was also like, no, we got fire ass shit here. Now, when you guys see the breakout, I like to use First Day Out as post to pre First Day Out because I feel like there is a humongous difference in the eyes on Detroit at that time. But
Yeah.
after the First Day Out drops, what's it feel like when you're a part of it and you already have an established name to see all the eyes come to Detroit at that point? Does your perspective change?
It just made me think like, damn, we can do this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because First Day Out wasn't like a typical song that you would expect to be as big as it was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a chorus on there, or, you know what I'm saying? It was a straight through song like How I Make. So it was like, damn, if he can do that, I know I can. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always look at the end of the tunnel.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because I always know, like, it only take one. And I'm a firm believer of that. Like, it take one, because at the end of the day, if this one blow up, I got a whole catalog.
Yeah.
So, you know, something going to pick up and they might catch on to another one, end up being a viral TikTok, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just know how one song can help change your whole, everything you got going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Even in an interview these days.
Yeah.
Anything can fucking
Exactly.
You can say one type of shit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the next level. So you got the Crocs on, bro. God damn, son.
Chili Mo.
They're putting like fucking gun holsters on Crocs now and shit. Cell phone holsters on Crocs now.
Man.
They got boots, Crocs.
It's for whatever they feel like the internet is going to feed into, they going to do it.
What's the deal with them? They look uncomfortable as shit, bro.
No, I ain't going to lie. I honestly haven't like bought a pair of Crocs at all. Like these my boy Crocs. I just slip these on because I ain't feel like putting on no shoes and nothing. But like, I ain't never bought none, but I definitely need to buy me some because they comfortable. They just a quick little slide in. They ain't like how they look like they'll just be super uncomfortable for your feet. Like, no, they pretty much cool for sure.
When you're watching what's happening right now with Detroit music, I was talking to a guest about this before. Do you see any illusionary element to what's actually in front of us as far as what the level of success actually is? Do you feel like it looks like there's more success happening in the rap scene than there actually is because of the fact that artists promote themselves in ingenious ways?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I really feel like the artists that's in that spotlight and in those rooms, I feel like they deserve to be there. Like, I can honestly say that, like, whether it was a quick blow up for them, whether they've been grinding as long as we've been grinding, I feel like everybody that's in their spotlight deserve it, for sure.
But not only just deserve it, I'm saying, like, do you think that the amount of success shown is actually what it is? Like, do you think when you look at how they kind of put out the image of what the success is actually to that degree? Or do you think because marketing is so much accessible these days and platforms are willing to promote things that might not be 100% accurate, that it's easier to promote yourself and make success look higher than it is?
Yeah and no. I say yeah because you got somebody who can, like right now, I can stand up right now, shoot a video, get every dollar from you, every dollar from everybody in this room, and they'll think that I just got hella money, and then once the video done, I got to give it up. You feel what I'm saying? But then at the same time, I feel like, yeah, because the ones who really doing it, like, it's more like of a motivational thing for people to look and see, like, damn, it is possible. So it's a yeah and a no situation for me.
Yeah. You said yeah both times, though, man.
No, because I said, like, as far as, like, no, it's like, because, like I said, like, you know, I can act like I'm really winning it for the video shoot, and then once it's done, I got to give it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, it go both ways.
I'm sure people are excited to hear the new projects that you got coming out. And are you and anybody else planning on doing any collaboration drops anytime soon?
I got like 4 CDs with a few artists. I just was trying to get everything situated. Like I say, I always be trying to, for the most part, like, brand myself and, like, Shredgang, because, like I say, it was a point in time where I literally was the only Shredgang artist out. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to, no matter what, stand behind the Shredgang name. So, like, with my last few projects, I just been trying to, like, brand myself, put myself in different elements with music, and then like, help bring it back to the Shredgang name. But I got tapes. I got a tape with Lonnie. I got a tape with my little brother 7223. I got a tape with Selly Roof from Hell Gang. Me on Fully and Boom. I wouldn't say we got a tape because we never, like, made it official that we gonna drop a tape, but we got enough music to drop a tape, like, and then we got a Shredgang tape that's damn near finished. We just waiting for a few more finishing songs, get some solos from everybody, you know, get strapped to jump on a couple songs that we need them to jump on and everything like that. But yeah, I've been working for sure.
Well, for you personally too, as far as everything that you've been a part of so far, what's been a moment that stands out to you the most?
I think what really, like, stand out to me the most is, like, me just, like, I had days where I wake up and just be feeling like I'm just another regular nigga from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? And then I get on Instagram and the motherfucker just randomly come, you a legend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that be, like, put me in a different state of mind for sure. For sure.
You don't, what happens to somebody when, like, 100,000, let's just say you have 100,000 people that know who you are, 100,000 to 500,000 people know exactly who you are, right? Yeah. And you can still wake up every day thinking, damn, like, I'm nobody. But even though 500,000 people.
It's like a self-conscious thing.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, it's like you just in your own head because you know what you going through personally. Like, no matter how the world look at you or whatever the case may be, you might be going through something that the world don't know about because you ain't just boasting it to the internet or boasting it to everybody that you come around. So that could put you in a state of mind to where it's like, damn, I ain't doing this right, or damn, I ain't this good of a person that everybody else think I am. And then you'll have a wake-up call where everybody letting you know, like, oh yeah, no, you still him.
Yeah, because you can't making a post about, like, who fucks with me is, like, kind of lame. So I was like, you can't just do that shit. But then sometimes it is kind of weird when you do something and you don't see a response. Well, like, again, you're shadow banned, so that's kind of, like, probably why too. But when you don't see a response, it's like, damn, does nobody fuck with me, bro? Like, what's going on? But then you go to the events, and if anybody sees you at the events, like, what the fuck? This motherfucker's right here in front of me. Like, what the fuck's happening?
For sure. Like, I literally, like, depending on how I'm moving around, like, I literally might have that once or twice a day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where I go somewhere, and it really don't matter what city and state I'm in. And I ain't been to too many cities to where a motherfucker don't know who I am. Like, whether it's 10,000 people, 500, 2 people, whatever. Like, I always go in these airports and these different cities, and the motherfucker be like, bro, you Shredgang Mone, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit just motivate me to keep going.
You do have a like, if somebody looks at you, it's very easy to spot you.
Yeah,
because you don't, the motherfucker wouldn't even know right away if you're black or not. Like,
Yeah,
if you look at you, like,
for sure.
kind of like a Drake complexion to some degree type shit. Are you fully African American?
No, I'm mixed.
What are you mixed with?
White and black. My mama white, my daddy black.
Are you? Oh, so you're like on the Baby Tron shit, like, or it's half and half.
He half and half?
Yeah, he's half and half.
I didn't know that.
What'd you think he was?
I mean, I ain't feel like he was just completely, fully white. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't think he was mixed with. What he mixed with?
I think he's half white, half black, straight up.
Damn.
I think his dad is white and his mom's black.
Oh, that makes sense then.
That's crazy.
Because that's why my hair looked like the way it is. My dad black, you know what I'm saying? And I look damn near just like my daddy, just a light-skinned version.
And your mom's white?
Yeah,
Damn.
for sure.
That's right. That's wild.
Mhm.
That's crazy. How long ago did they meet? Was that easy for your mom at that time? Because you know how the shit was, man. Like,
Yeah.
what-
I mean, like I say, my mom got like her side of the family is like fully white. Like me and my little brother, we the only mixed
oh shit.
motherfuckers on her side of the family. They ain't used to nobody having no black dad or nothing like that. So it was like, it was hard to adjust because, like like some of my uncles, my granddad, like they really wasn't fucking with it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, as society changed, it was more like interracial things, like shit.
Well, that's how I'm Chaldean, and in the Arab community, like marrying outside of your ethnicity at one time was like a fucking no-no. Like
Yeah.
one of my cousins got married to a guy from El Salvador. He was like Puerto Rican or something.
Yeah.
Bro, it was like the biggest fucking problem in the universe. And even in white and black, I know that couldn't have been fucking easy, bro.
Yeah,
for
for sure.
Like even
My daddy dealt with some shit that I wouldn't ever be able to go through. I'm gonna just let you just say that, because motherfucker play with me like that is gonna be it what it is.
Like all these black dudes are fucking these white women, and it's like all these white women are fucking these black dudes, and everybody's like fucking freaking the fuck out. Like, what's going on out here? But it's almost like, is it, bro? Fuck that, man. Like, damn, I have a girlfriend now, so I can't be saying certain shit. But damn, man. Anyway, man, let's steer clear of the relationship talk. I forgot I'm not allowed to say any shit. You ever been in a relationship when you're in while you were doing entertainment?
Yeah.
You realize you can't even say like so much shit?
I know. See, that's the thing about me. Like, I always have been like, if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. Fuck with what I got to do to make money and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, my income is my income. If I'm coming home, I'm providing, I'm making sure it's good at home. Like, none of that shit shouldn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how I looked at it. And like, I always, like, I'm hard-headed. I always, like, have did what I wanted to do. Like, it ain't like I could know I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do it, I'm doing it.
Damn.
That's just how I've been since I was a kid, though. I used to get whoopings for it and everything. So it's like, it's hard to change somebody when that's what they is.
You put it on the table that's who you are when you get into a relationship. Like,
Yeah, I don't never, like, I have before, and a lot of times it bit me in the ass too, because it's like, lying, you got to keep a lie going, and I ain't good with that. My lies don't last long. After so long, you catch me up in it, I'm mad. Nah, for sure. I'm one of them reverse psychology type person.
Well, women pick up your signals pretty quickly. So if you start lying and you never lie, they're like, "Why'd you look away when you said that shit?" And they start picking up.
Or scratching your head or fidgeting. Yeah, for
Why
sure.
you scratching your balls every time I ask you if you were fucking another bitch? I'm like, oh man, she figured it out. Like, this is my tick. Like, this is what gets me. It's hard, man. Yeah, it's like, well, NBA players get that treatment. Like, if you marry an NBA player, it's kind of like unwritten rule for the married wives. Like, he's gonna be fucking most likely while he's outside that.
But
bitch.
that's like, that's like any entertainment shit though, bro. Because it's like for instance, his girl, don't take this no type of way. I'm not saying he is. I don't know this man's personal life, but like, a bitch could want to fuck you because you sitting right here talking. She feel like you just the biggest boss because you done sat on the same couch with a lot of heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a bitch could want, like, that's how this world work now. A bitch will want to fuck you for something as simple as that.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so if this man is making millions, he dunking on niggas, all type of shit. Like, how do you think somebody down the line don't want to give him some pussy? Like, what? make it make sense.
Yeah, they have like these skits now where like a married woman will walk on her husband cheating. So like a married woman will walk in on her husband cheating.
And be quiet.
And then, but she'll have like all Gucci and Prada on and shit. So she's loaded, and she just like looks away, like I didn't see none of that.
Yeah, walk right out the room.
Yeah, she just leaves.
And I'm a firm believer of that because guess what? If I was the one who was coming in, all I had in this motherfucker was a game system and all of that shit, and I know if I stop fucking with this bitch, I'm gonna be in a world of trouble. I walk in and see some shit, it might hurt my heart, but I'm a logical thinker. I'm walking out that motherfucker. She got to be getting some money right now. Like, I'm going to try to make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you, but I don't really believe that you would do that, though. I don't know.
You don't know me.
If you married, let's just say you married Oprah for whatever reason.
You don't know me. I would love to marry Oprah. And guess what? If I walked in and Tyler Perry was drilling her ass from the back or whatever the case may be, I'm up out that motherfucker. I'm gonna walk right out like I'm gonna act like I never walked in. She gonna come out, I'm gonna have breakfast cooking, all type of shit. Me and that motherfucker like Melvin from Baby Boy, naked, cooking breakfast.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
but you can't cheat though. But you can't cheat. That's the stipulation. You can't go do what she's doing.
I don't even have the money to cheat. That's the thing. You can't just be a bum ass cheating ass nigga and then expect motherfucker to just be okay with it.
Yeah.
Like if you making shit happen, like and that's the thing about me. Like I don't pursue certain shit until I'm good enough for me to be able to stand on my own too. Like you know what I'm saying. So it's like if I ain't got nothing going on and I know this bitch is keeping this shit afloat, like.
Nah, I'm not even afraid to say it. My girl makes more money than me, and if she kicked me out the crib, she'd be like, "Take your stuff and leave." I'd be grabbing the PS5, like, "All right, I'm out this bitch." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
pissed.
But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I do see it. Like, it is kind of crazy.
And at the end of the day, like my lifestyle is different from a lot of people's lifestyle, so people would never understand the way that I think.
Well, you know what? I do get similar vibes as when I was talking to Rose, because Rose is into like open, like I don't know what the fuck he does type shit, but like where it's like multiple bitches type shit. He talked about it openly on the podcast. It's like it's normal. So it's like you guys just have that. It's okay. It's just like that's what it is.
Like I got understanding. It's like, and it's like at the end of the day, I don't treat nobody lesser. I don't treat nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know, bonds are created differently with different people, but like at the end of the day, I appreciate motherfuckers that's helping me be a better me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. Like, I ain't trying to downplay nobody. I don't look down on nobody or nothing like that. Yeah. And if a motherfucker making sure I'm good, I'm gonna wear the same shoes.
If you're a bad liar, right, with your woman or with your previous relationships, like. Were you just getting caught in the act more than you were caught lying? Or were you like actually caught while that shit was happening?
One thing that I can say, I ain't never been caught like in the act fucking on nothing or out on a date or nothing like that. Like I said, I used to smoke a whole bunch of weed, so I'd be high as hell, motherfucker, be going through my phone. I wake up, throwing the phone at me. I thought you said, you feel me, all of the shit like that. Like, and then I'll be trying to, fresh out to sleep, trying to make up a lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? They done seen everything. I'm trying to act like I ain't pull up. Like, so that's why, like, I'd rather just keep it up front with a motherfucker and let them know what I got going on and, you know, let them either respect it and deal with me or, you know what I'm saying, not respect it and whatever the case may be.
Yeah. So can you see yourself marrying somebody that put up with all that shit?
That put up with everything that I did?
Yeah. Could you see?
Yeah, because you was down for me.
Yeah.
Like when I had to figure it out, when I was getting everything together for us to be in the situation to marry, like, for sure.
Yeah. I think marriage and entertainment is a hard concept to put your head around.
Definitely.
Especially if there is a stipulation that like, hey, after we get married, you're done. I think I forget the guy who wrote Penthouse. His girl did that to him. They were having threesomes for like ever, and then they got married. I think Larry Flint is his name. And then one day she's like, "Yo, these threesomes are cool, but now that we're like married, we got to stop doing the threesomes." And he like couldn't stop. He's like, "Oh, what's happening?"
I'm a firm believer it is like, all right. So when you let's just put it into like a sports term. When you come into the draft, they want to draft you high up because of the way you can perform and the things that you do to better the team. So when I meet you, you bring in females and we doing this and that, how can you just snatch that away and then expect it to be the same spark?
Damn.
And I'm not saying it can't happen because I done seen it happen multiple times, but it's just the reality of shit. Like, if it's not the same shit in which I fell in love with you for, or which we made our bond over, like, how could you be upset with the way that I'm feeling now? Like,
Yeah.
this a whole new life that I'm dealing with.
Yeah, it's almost like reverse divorce. You know how like a woman's like, oh, I was making like, you know, I was getting $500 to $1,000 a month. I don't know what to do now, and then they take all your money away from you.
Yeah,
it's like
I need to obtain this certain lifestyle. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like,
so you're basically saying that with fucking other women. It's like I need to this lifestyle. I need to continue.
And then the thing is, you was bringing them.
Yeah,
now you just want to say no.
Man,
it'd be a difference if I was forcing, like, come on, let's do this. Like, you helping me or you initiating it. Now you just want to say, because I put a ring on your finger and gave you my last name, that our whole lifestyle got to change.
Man, I remember one time, it was the first threesome I was supposed to have, and the girl brought me to her friend's house, and we were chilling, and then her friend got involved, and we were about to have this threesome. They're both sucking my balls. It was great. And then the girl that I was with initially canceled the mission.
Because she was upset.
Yeah, it was out of nowhere. She's like, I don't want to see you fucking another woman. I was like, why'd you start this then, bitch? Like, this is already going crazy.
Now you mad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm like mad now that
I done been in them type of situations.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, don't leave me on. Because I'm not going to, I'm never going to tell you, I want to see you fuck me and my homeboy. And like, I know I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you do on your spare time, if I don't catch it, whatever, cool. But I'm never initiating you to come fuck me and my homeboy or me and my little brother or nothing like that. So it's like, if that's not how you feeling, don't do that. Because if that's what I'm seeking and everything, I can try to go find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how I look at it.
I always heard stories about women like hopping from rapper to rapper in Detroit, and like it used to cause like so much. There used to be conflicts about women, and like women were starting a lot of the beefs that were actually even fucking happening in the first place.
Still to this day,
which kind of trips me out because it's.
But
like,
it's not just with music though.
What do you mean?
Like a lot of beefs come behind females.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like a lot of motherfuckers don't know how to like deal with a female without talking down on the next person. You know what I'm saying? So and you know, females is messy. So they go back and when they mad at you, oh, he said this, and that. You know what I'm saying? So it always like lead into like a whole bunch of he say, she say, then emotions because both of y'all love this bitch and she playing with you, acting like she love you more than him. And you know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of messy shit. So like a lot of shit steers up behind that.
Yeah, that's a fact. They could change the way things actually are.
They got a different type of power that men never have.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there. I've been like, if you're with your girl and then like something's escalating outside and you get like a part of it somehow and it's like you're trying to stand up even more now because your girl's with you.
Yeah.
And that like, and they don't extinguish the shit. They make it worse kind of like, what the fuck did he say to us? And I'm almost like, bitch, I'm already in this shit. Like, you're making shit worse. Nah, I don't know, man. I don't like that shit. If I'm in a situation, I'm.
But see, to the extent that I take shit to when I do get upset or angry, like, a lot of motherfuckers want to see me calm down. So, like,
oh, shit.
The females that I deal with, they be like, Mom, chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part. And I ain't really seen too many females that's like, oh, let's get, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really try to diffuse the situation because they know how short-tempered I am. You know. So
with you, it's like we know this can get escalated. So it's
from
like
0 to 10,000 quick.
God damn.
For sure.
Motherfuckers in the UFC type shit.
Man, a little worse than that.
Yeah, this has been a fun talk, man. It's been really cool. It took forever for you to come on here, man.
I know.
You're in and out of town.
That's what I'm saying. I just be moving around, doing a lot. Like I say, I just ain't gave up. So
where you been? Where do you fly back and forth from?
I be a lot West Coast, but I be like Arizona, Vegas, all through California. You might see me in Seattle, Portland. You know what I'm saying? And then like when I'm like this way, you might see me like Ohio, New York, Jersey, like that type of areas and shit like that.
Damn,
like,
so you're all across the damn country, son.
Yeah, I be trying to, like I say, I go do what I got to do, and then on top of that, I'm still always pushing my music, finding the studio when I'm somewhere. So a lot of times, like, it might be me finding this, like, hey, who got a studio out here? Somebody point me to him, and then I'm creating a whole nother fan base because now he's saying, like, damn, I like the way this nigga work. I like his beat selection. I like the way he just come in here and get to business, you know, all of the shit. So now I got a whole another wave of people that's promote my shit. You know what I'm saying? Then they already respect the Detroit culture, and then once they see like, oh, he from Detroit, then they go look my shit up and see I got songs with Sada, DZ, Snap Dogg, you know what I'm saying, Vez, all the shit. So they be like, oh, okay, he ain't just, you know.
It's like he's a part of that shit. Yeah. Like you're stamped in pretty much. Do you think Detroit's name can get watered down by subpar content being pushed as Detroit holding the title for it? Like using Detroit as a way to say I'm from here or I'm this, I'm that, and then people are watering down what it is to be a Detroit artist or the sound of it?
I put it like it's a lot of new Detroit talent, a lot of them doing their shit, and we can't take away from the Flints. You know what I'm saying? Because they got their own wave and they stamped it. That's just like us being from here and we start hearing about somebody in Texas. We ain't gonna be like, oh, he from Austin or he from, you know what I'm saying? We just like that dog from Texas. You know what I'm saying? So, but people don't look at Michigan a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like, because like in the beginning, all you knew from this motherfucker was Detroit. It's always just, oh, they killing people up there, they robbing people, you know what I'm saying? So when a motherfucker hear that, they like, oh, Detroit, you know what I'm saying? So I understand why a lot of motherfuckers might say, oh, Rio the hardest in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing he stamped his own, you know, his own shit in Flint and opened up doors for hella motherfuckers that's coming out of Flint right now, you know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I never try to take from Flint or be like, oh, they biting our style or nothing, because I honestly don't feel like they biting our style at all. I feel like they got their own wave.
Yeah. It just happens to be that they're fucking close to each other, right?
Yeah,
And shit like
for sure.
That. I mean, you expect people go out and they'll say Beach or they'll say Flint and whatever the fuck, whatever they want to represent, but they won't say Detroit if they're not from there, which is pretty. It's pretty damn cool to hear that.
Yeah.
A lot of different things branching out. When you're looking at Detroit as a whole, and you guys being a part of the history of it, even though it wouldn't be fair to you to put you guys in a place, but how monumental do you think BandGang and Shredgang was to where Detroit is now as far as the music scene is concerned?
I feel like we was like we was the risk takers. That's what I put it. Like, I feel like we was the risk takers. We was the ones who like, we finna see what this do. Like, we finna try this. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, when we first came out, we had our style of beats. We had our everything that we was rapping on. Then we go into these places and they like, oh, y'all beats, y'all too slow. Y'all rapping off beat. Y'all doing this. So, shit, we tried it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it didn't work, because a lot of good shit was made off certain type of beats, doing shit a certain way, but I just really look at us like the risk takers.
Yeah. Helluva talked about that too. Helluva said when he went to Atlanta, they were saying that they're not fucking with the sound. Detroit wasn't really fucking with the sound. Then he went to Atlanta. Atlanta wasn't fucking with the song. And then he came back the first day out, beat drops, and then it's like, oh, now all of a sudden that mainstream sound comes. But it is a risk-taking thing. It's to move from place to place, to try things out in different areas, to make connections that other people aren't making. It's like a sacrifice, and it could have failed. Yeah, but it worked.
For sure.
It's fucking crazy.
For sure.
Is there anything you want to shout out before we sign off, man?
Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with the biggest shred. Dropped that a few months back. Hugh Hefner. And be on the lookout for all of this new shit that's finna come out.
That's based off Hugh Hefner, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Is he one of your idols or some shit?
Of course.
Why?
He's a player.
He was just having sex all day?
No, he was getting to that money. You know what I'm saying? Getting to that money, having fun with his females, you know?
Yeah, man. What's a bigger figure than that dude for having hot ladies around him and made a fucking fortune off of it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you see what type of bracket I'm trying to put myself in, you feel me? Like I say, I speak everything into existence.
Do you actually know a lot about him, or is it just kind of like the play off the net? Tell me some things about Hugh Hefner that we don't know.
You know, I watched this documentary, so of course, you know, now that he gone and everything like that, they try to play him out as the bad guy, but I know how much he really looked into like motherfuckers who didn't have a family, and you know what I'm saying, really helped them do shit the right way, the smart way, not just be out here moving willy-nilly and doing crazy shit. Like, I know how much of a good person he was on top of whatever they tried to, like, make him out as, because motherfuckers do that to me all the time. Oh, he just this, he just that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing how genuine I am behind shit and how much I help motherfuckers who then been in my corner or took sacrifices with me, you know what I'm saying? But he hella player-ass nigga, big-ass crib, you know? Doing this shit.
Do you think he was still
magazines?
Do you think he was getting busy till the day he died, or do you think he just didn't work no more?
I gotta believe it. Yeah. We walk around this motherfucking house coat all day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nothing up under that motherfucker. He ready to get to it.
He was just ready.
Yeah.
He had a robot. He just untangled in.
Stay ready so he ain't gotta get ready.
Yeah.
And then
he's just like walking by while he's doing that shit. And they're like, oh well, just dust.
Man, they've been doing that shit for years, man. They know what the fuck going on with Hugh.
I wish I could have lived that life for just one day.
Man.
Fuck.
It's an amazing life, huh?
Yeah, good thing they made it. I'm gonna watch a documentary about that. Thank you for telling me about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, Shredgang Mone.
And I think it was like the Playboy documentary. I don't think it was like of course, you know, they just tried to sabotage the whole Playboy name as far as like his magazines and production group.
What they say he was doing wrong?
Just trying to make it seem like he was taking advantage of girls and shit like that. When realistically, it's hard to, like, females. They magnificent creatures, man, for sure, definitely. So it's like,
but they're also smart and know what they're getting themselves into when you go to the Playboy Mansion, bro. It's called the Playboy Mansion, son.
Come on. And he's the only man that lives here.
Oh, so there wasn't any other men that lived in the Playboy Mansion? There wasn't what did they? It was literally just him and a bunch of women. Like, there wasn't like a fucking chef or anything like that.
I mean, chefs and shit like that, but like they don't got no part in what he got going on. Yeah. Y'all here to service me. Did
they ever say any of his wildest things that he's ever done as far as like
Like I say, when it comes to like the wildest shit, they was just trying to put like the bad on him.
Oh, okay.
They wasn't really like glorifying none of the good shit he did. How he helped motherfuckers make six figures and with photo shoots for magazines, and these magazines selling out instantly once they hit every, you know, this was back when you put the quarter in and pull the shit out and all of that type of shit. Like they wasn't glorifying none of that. Once the motherfuckers standing outside the newspaper stand thing to all of that shit, they wasn't glorifying that.
Yeah.
Bookstores and all of that, his shit selling out instantly. They wasn't trying to glorify that because they felt like he was trying to degrade women. But realistically, he was just bringing light to the women who didn't want to live their life regular.
Yeah. They were trying to make a sell probably with pushing it by adding controversy, because if you just put the story out that this dude was a fucking trick, or he was tricking hoes, then, you know, I'm joking, but obviously, like, if they put out that just straight up story, it wouldn't have been sellable. It wouldn't have been as sellable. Only to horny people.
But it's, yeah, yeah, that's right.
I mean, you're gonna make more money if you push the negative narrative on his ass than if you push a positive narrative, because everybody already had a positive mindset about him anyway in the first place.
When they just seeing this old dude pull up with 10 badass females, you know what I'm saying, to where the young dudes can't even get these type of females. So they're like, what the fuck is he doing?
Man.
He got 10, 20 of them hopping off the bus with him and off the plane and all of that shit. Like, so yeah. It makes sense for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look up the positives on that, not the negatives.
Yeah.
I want to learn about this guy. Mone, this was fun. This was a fucking. Actually, you got to come back, bro.
It's good.
You got to come back. I mean, you got to do another
shit. I'll come back when I drop my next tape. We can come back and.
Back.
I'm gonna drop it in December.
This shit's fun, man. This shit's fun and hilarious, and also fucking insightful. Detroit history being told, as well as I'm sure people wanting to learn more about you and what's going on with you. Appreciate you being a part of this. Hopefully, Instagram lifts that fucking media ban on you, whatever the fuck they got. That shit's fucked up.
Man.
We'll get your face back out here. But appreciate you. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Low Visuals, shooting these productions. We're out. Peace.